Good morning, guys. I trust you are doing well. I want to discuss with you one thing that every driver and every passenger that uses online taxi in Kenya must all be aware. There is this thing that is called pickup time and pickup distance. When a rider requests for a taxi, their hope and expectation is that the pickup time will be the shortest possible. That means between the time they press the order button and the time that the driver arrives should be the shortest time possible. Actually, from the side of these companies, Bolt, Uber, and others, they really pride themselves on short pickup time for their passengers. So they tell passengers, you finish your stuff, and the moment you are ready to go out, press the order button, and a driver will be there within the shortest time possible. There are only two things that can make the pickup time short. Okay, and this is what so many drivers actually don't appreciate and they don't like. And the fact that most drivers will not like what I'm going to say is just an indicator that actually many people don't understand the business environment of taxi. For one reason, if you want the time to pick your client to be short, as well as your distance to be short, that means that you need a driver at any given time to be near a passenger. And that would indicate, or that would mean, that the number of taxi cars in Kenya must go up at least by 2 times. That means the number of taxis we have in Kenya must double. It means that we must have the number of drivers going up by 2 times. We need more partners to come into the industry so that we reduce the pickup distance by half. That means no driver will be required to travel more than a kilometer to go and pick a passenger. It means that there will be so many cars in a way that at any given point there will be a car near a passenger. Do you get my point? Otherwise, if we don't want that type of scenario, then drivers must be ready to pay for the pickup time and for the pickup distance. Okay, so the passenger will pay for the pickup time, so meaning that they will have to wait for a longer time, and the driver will have to agree that they need to travel a longer distance to go and pick that passenger. If we don't want the number of cars to increase in the market, that will be the scenario. It means that drivers will be going for 2-3 kilometers to go and pick passengers. But what will happen if the number of cars will go up by 2 times? What will happen is that definitely the amount of work or the jobs that drivers get will also have to be shared. It means that drivers will only carry people who are near them. Okay? It means that the trips that the drivers will be doing, in their own view, according to how much they are complaining right now, they will be more dignified trips. Meaning that you will not have to travel a long distance to pick a customer, and then that distance is never paid for, which is what drivers call today the dead miles. It means that dead miles will be completely eliminated in the equation, and drivers will only be traveling for the distance that they will be compensated. It means that you pick a customer from here, you drop them there, and then you are paid. And then you wait there, you get another ride exactly where you dropped, and then you are paid from that point to the next point. Meaning that the issue of dead miles will be dead and it will be forgotten. But now, the drivers must also expect the number of trips to reduce substantially. Meaning that because now you'll only be taking very few trips that are well paid and that do not lead to wastage of time and kilometers. Meaning that the distance that you are traveling to go and pick another rider will be catered for by another driver. Okay? So those are the changes that we expect. On the side of the size of the market, we also expect these taxi companies to do their job. They must also invest in marketing so that we have the number of riders also grow by 2 times. We want that the number of people taking taxis in Nairobi must go up at least by 2 times. So that in as much as these numbers of drivers will increase, we also need more people to be requesting for these apps. So that by the fact that more cars have come into the market, should not lead to reduced income for the drivers who are already existing. So we also advocate for these companies to market their services to entice more people to be requesting for transport services through digital applications. And it is only by doing that that this job will become more attractive. At this time, I urge drivers to ensure that they accept trips that have long pickup distance. If you don't accept that, okay, it means that you will do less job. Also, let us embrace new entrants into the market. Let us accept more drivers to come into the space, because it is only by doing so that our pickup distance will be shortened and we will not be wasting the dead miles on the roads. I hope that this video will make sense to you guys. I hope that you will be able to learn one or two things from what I have explained. But as it is right now, it is very, very important that every driver who wants to come into this market really understands the dynamics of the workplace of taxi drivers. And that is one thing that I always advocate for. Never get into a business before you do your baseline study. Okay? Understand the status quo. Understand under the current circumstances, how does this business operate? Under the current circumstances, how much do drivers make? Under the current circumstances, okay, how much is the potential of this business if you give yourself as a full-time driver, as a part-time driver, so that by the time you set your foot in there, you will not be disappointed, okay, by things that you know you cannot change. So this is what I'm telling you. Take your time. Understand the market before you get in there. For the drivers who are already there, please don't complain about things you cannot change, okay? And these are the facts that I'm telling you. A lot of you want to be few in the industry. They want very few drivers to be there in the market. And then you complain that you are picking a client 5 kilometers away. No, that should be the norm in a situation whereby we have few drivers. Okay, I hope that makes sense to all of you. And you to the riders, okay? Understand, some riders from areas that are outskirts of Nairobi, let's say Ruaka, Ruiru, Thika, they are used to long pickup time. So they request a taxi maybe 15 minutes earlier because they are almost sure that that car will take quite some time before it arrives. But in the future, when the number of taxis will have doubled, or we expect that the pickup time in these areas will also go down. And also, as I have said, the taxi companies must also do their job to push for more riders to request for services through the digital applications. So guys, I wish you a happy week and keep it into this channel for more educative content. Goodbye.